This is the Black Table. I'm your host. My name is Teddy. This is where issues will be discussed and solutions also provided. So stay, stick, don't stray. Welcome to the Black Table. Hello out there. This is the Black Table, and I am your host. My name is Teddy. Now, on the Black Table today, we shall be talking about what's happening in around the world when it comes to the social media, and especially talking about the grams. Now, a lot of people want to say we're living for the grams, living for the grams. What is living for the grams all about? We're sure going to find out, because you know what? I have a special one. I call her that. All right, she is a relationship expert and, of course, also a therapist. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our special guest for this edition, none other than the beautiful, vivacious Lara Kudaisi.
Hey, I'm blushing.
I call her Lara.
I'm blushing. Thank you for having me.
All right, now we're talking about the grams. Now, hold on, before we even get there, what else did I delete from
Miss
your...
out.
Yes, did I miss out from?
No, you did pretty well. I help people heal. Anyways, people heal from childhood dysfunction, emotional pain, trauma, to live a happily ever after.
I like that. Living happily ever after. So after this whole show, you might just want to start living happily ever after, apart from the grams. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get the show on the road. All right, now, so talking about the grams, why do you think a lot of people want to live their lives for the grams?
I think it's acceptance, something that we call a sense of belonging. People want to belong. People want to. There's a certain class of people that people accept. You know, when you look at how you dress now, you look panache. You're also living for the gram. You don't even know because you're looking all, dressed up, looking all, panache and all of that. That's living for people's acceptance. Because if you don't come out this way, some people may criticize you that, look at him, he's not even brush his beard. This man, is like he's suffering, something like that. So that's why people want to do that, because we want to be accepted, we want to belong, we want people to say, oh, she's doing well, oh, he's amongst us, oh, he's cool. And unfortunately, that erodes our real self.
That was where I was going to, that, so it means that you can actually come out and say, okay, so you can actually come out to say, I'm living reality.
Yeah, that's the difference.
So it means when you say it's a reality show, it is not really a reality show, it's a gram show.
Yeah.
Or just the name called reality.
Yeah.
Wow. So then you want to tell us now, what are some of the effects of this thing in the lives of people without even knowing?
Yeah. The funny part is that a lot of people who do that, a lot of people who live double lives, because that's what it is. You're different from what you're portraying to people. Yes, you inside your different.
So it is not bad to say they are two-faced.
Yeah, they are.
Who knows? Maybe that's why two are back.
Maybe that's where he got his name from. We need to ask him. So they are living two-faced. They are living double lives. Because if this is how you dress in your house, for instance, and then you put it on the gram, there's nothing wrong with it. But if you're poor, you cannot afford to ball or live, good or stuff, but because you want to impress people, you put it out there, you're hurting yourself. Because one, you have to lie to cover the lie that you have lied.
Wow.
You're lying. Meaning that, when those people see you somewhere else, you have to lie, you have to, it's inconveniencing.
So there's so much pressure.
Yes, there's too much pressure. So it's inconveniencing for you. That's
you're like, maybe you want to go and do a particular show, you borrow a car, and then people now see you with a car, they don't believe that
and then
that's your car, and the next day that's
you don't have a car, you have to go and borrow somebody else's car, to show that, maybe the color you bought, you want to show that, I have different cars, meanwhile you have no car. Who are you deceiving? deceiving. You're deceiving yourself. People that should help you will not help you. You know, that's another thing. Because some people would want to help, you know, but when they, I saw a quote that said that, you know, let me not dress too much so that my helpers will not run away. Something like that, you know. So I'm not saying that if you can afford these things, don't put it out there. It's nobody's business. If that's how you are, if that's how you live, if you can afford them, no problem. But, you know, don't just come deceiving people. Your helpers will run away. And then number 3 thing that I see is that something deep is wrong with you on the inside. So a lot of people are empty. There's a vacuum in your life inside. So you're using, you know, those material things to cover on the outside. And that's not going to cover. That's not really going to fill you. That's why people, you know, do addictives. That's why people smoke. That's why people drink. That's why people do, because there's something
to fill that void.
To fill that void. There's a void. There's a vacuum that people are trying to cover. You know, so that's what they do when you know they want to feel amongst. You know, they wear the latest clothes. You know, Lamborghini. You go borrow it when you can't even afford it. You know, you wear you know, expensive wigs even when you can't even afford it. You know, there's a void. So you really need to go fill that void. You need to, you know, dig deep and see what exactly is wrong. Let me deal with that, because it means that you have a lack. You have a self-esteem issue.
Yeah, self-esteem.
You have a self-esteem
issue. That's a complexion issue. Kind of.
Yes. So there's something about complex wrong with you.
Complex.
So if you cannot accept yourself and think that people should accept me, whether they accept you or not, shouldn't be your problem. You should just put out yourself. That's it. But a lot of people cannot confront or handle themselves. That's the problem. Because if myself is like this, you know, I'm black, I'm dark.
But while you're saying this now, I'm just thinking, do you know that a lot of times now, when you put out stuffs that are just easy, breezy kind of things that even might want to affect the lives of people. A lot of people do not, it's just like maybe one like. So a lot of people put out stuffs that, you know, that like is off the band, and then they now have more likes, and they feel like, okay, I think this is the life. And so they just keep doing it, and then they just feel that's how, you know, life is. Yeah, it should be.
There are rules that govern different things. There's a rule for the gram. Because Instagram, actually, being specific now, talks about pictures. It's about pictures more than words. So when you have a clearer picture, people tend to, you know, watch you or listen to you, what you have to say. First is the picture. You know, so I get that. So you can, you know, strive for.
Don't you think that is addictive?
You can strive for a good picture without going to borrow, without trying to create a false impression.
So how can you do that?
Look at me and you now. We're in a sitting room somewhere having this conversation. You know, this is what we can afford, most likely, right now. And it's still going to come out nice because we're going to put in excellence into this, you know, and we want people to be able to see the picture and see that it's nice enough for them to accept us and listen to what we're saying. So, but if we go beyond here now and go and rent one hall that is like $1 million that me and you now, maybe we are not even eating for 2-3 days, that's another problem on its own. That's striving for acceptance, and it's false because we can't even afford it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes,
so that's the difference. So we're following the rule of putting out excellent pictures for people, and they're listening. They're going to listen to
because
us.
This is what we can afford at a particular time. And then who knows? We're actually telling the story.
My brother,
like somebody said, somebody once said that, you know, without a story, the beauty of a story is the glory itself. So when you now have a glory, the beauty of that glory.
Somebody is preaching. Pastor, tell you.
No, serious. The beauty of the glory itself is the story.
Yes.
You want to see the shift from how small this thing is, and then to now the bigger stuff. So if you're striving to like, okay, now I want this thing big, at the end of the day, it's like you're debarring yourself from actually having that story that will have somehow, without you even preaching. A lot of people right now are debarring themselves from actually getting that shift of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Exactly. Now
step by step.
So people want to go to 10 from the beginning, you know, and that's the problem of young people in our generation right now. People don't want to persevere. People don't want to take 1, 2, 3, 4. People want to go from 1 to 10 because nobody wants to persevere.
People love 10.
Yes.
And so
they cannot endure or persevere or do the things that will make them to get to 10. And you want to enjoy, and you don't know that going from 1 to 10 is building you.
It's even a lesson learned during that process.
So that when you get to 10, you can live well, because your muscles have been built. Growth has happened. Do you understand? Growth has happened. But if you go from 1 to 10, you have not grown.
That's the difference between agric fowl and native fowl.
I don't know that one. No, only you know that
agric fowl is too soft. You can eat it anyhow. But native fowl, the bone is very strong.
Because that one has grown well.
Yes. And it's sweeter.
Yeah, so that's what a lot of people do. People don't want to grow. You have to grow so that you can sustain your 10. So that's why we have a lot of people going from 10 to 5. A lot of people 10 to 2, 10 to 1. Because you've not grown, you've not built your muscles. So when you get to 10, you can't sustain it. So you just go back unknowingly.
All right, now, so, I know you're watching right now. You're like, Now, seriously, if there's any question you feel that you want to ask, don't forget to send us a comment. Just send us a comment. And of course, there is an email or a social media platform that you're seeing on your screen. You can actually ask any of the questions you want to ask her or ask me, and then we'll definitely get back to you. And of course, there's also a number you can even call. All right, and yes, now somebody's watching right now, and especially to the young ones.
Yeah.
Do you think this whole thing it's making them ill?
You mean living for the gram?
Yes.
Of course, it's making them ill.
So what kind of sickness do you want to call that?
I think it's a self-esteem sickness, a self-issue.
I didn't say it. The therapist said it. So if you are watching right now and you're living for the gram, what is up? You have self-esteem issues. And of course now, so what do you think people can actually do? Because I know a lot of people right now living through and they just can't do it. Now, let me tell you the devastating effect of this. Okay. Now, there's a lady who I wanted to see.
Okay.
Because I've seen her all the time on the gram. Okay. So the day I went to a place to go and see her, I knocked the door and she saw it was me. She went inside, which is like 15 minutes, she didn't come out. Like after 15 minutes, that came and I said, "What's been happening?" She said, I don't want me to see my real face. So I was like, wow.
So she went to go and do what?
She went to go and cover up the makeup and all that stuff.
Oh, with makeup. Are you serious?
So you cannot really see because there's a persona which she has always shown.
Yeah.
And now she's seeing somebody who is neutral.
You see what I'm saying?
So right now she doesn't want to cover. So what do you think? What do you think?
That is sickening. Because you're going to her house. She's not supposed to be made up in her house. And by the way, didn't she know you were coming?
She knew I was coming.
So what was that for?
She didn't know the time I was going to come.
Oh my God. So you went there deliberately. Wait, come. Is this? Are you seeing this lady? Let us know the real issue, the full story of this issue. Because that's sickening. You are not supposed to be made up in your house, except maybe they are coming to film me or something. Do you understand? I'm supposed to be in my house.
And even if I've seen this kind of lady now, that alone is a no-no because how can you be hiding from your bobo? Your bobo that will still see you and you're not hiding from your bobo. What's that? That is already a minus. So if we're going to go out, man, that day, that's already a red flag. That's a red flag already.
For you. Okay.
Now, but what do you think we can actually do? What do you think we can actually do to actually correct this?
Some people don't even know that they have this sickness. That's number one. They don't know. So I need you to check yourself. Can you come out to people? When people see you on the gram and then they see you on the road, are you proud, of yourself? Are you addicted to Instagram? Instagram is very addictive. It causes, it releases some hormones or chemicals in your brain that can make you do crazy things. Are you like that? Are you borrowing to look good on the gram? Are you, creating a false narrative? Those are the things you need to sit down and check. So if you find out that you are checking
all those things I just mentioned.
Then you need to sit down and come. Why am I like that? What is wrong with me? What am I afraid of? Why am I afraid of myself? You understand? Something was wrong with me to be behaving this way. And then let's go see, come see a therapist. Come see me. My email will be scrolling on my social media handle. Just follow me and enter my DM because it could be a childhood issue. It could be some people are raped, and because of that they feel like they are empty. They feel not enough, so they feel that they have to wear something else to cover what they have on the inside. So these things are deeper than what we know. So just slide into my DM and let's see. How it goes from there. You need healing so that you can live happily ever after.
That's right. You need healing so that you can actually live happily ever after. All right, like she has said it. Okay, if you've checked yourself and you find that some of these things that you talked about, it's a tick like a Nike kind of thing, you definitely need therapy. And of course, we have the therapists here. All right, that's the reason why we're here. to actually live that happily ever after. I really want you to, to have that happily ever after kind of life. And that's the reason why we're having the show. All right, it's called the Black Table. The Black Table is about finding out certain things that are issues in your life, and of course, profiling solutions. And at the end of it, you want to live happily ever after. All right, and of course, I want you to know that on the show, we'll be bringing therapies, we'll be bringing stuffs, and of course, if there's anything that you think you want to share, you can also, you want to be on the show, you can also hit us up, and of course, share. Like they say, a problem shared is half solved already.
Yes.
So that's the essence of the show. All right, before we go now, what's your final word to that person who's actually watching right now that is having this gram thing? Are you living for the gram right now?
I don't want the gram to insult me.
You see, that's what we're talking about.
Yes.
all right. Now, so what we want to say to that person right now who's actually watching right now, somehow he might want to say that, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with the sickness. I think I like being ill. What we want to say to them, and then to the other person, that's okay. I think I need help.
You don't like being ill. Nobody likes being ill, because being ill creates an uncomfortable situation for you. It's, you go home at night, you start crying. That's a lot of people who...
No. The reason why I said so is that some people just feel that, they are making so much, because seriously, why they are in that gram state, they feel that they're making so much, and
so much in what capacity?
I mean,
in what are we
they're making
about?
money somehow.
Yes.
They're making money from it, and of course they're now addicted to that.
Well, if they're making money from it and it's solving your problem and you feel okay with it, it's fine. You understand. But I know that someday, somehow, you're going to feel empty. And when you get there, I'm here to help you. So, but if you have gotten there and then you feel empty, you feel pain, you feel like this is not me, you feel like nobody, because sometimes some people are dying inside, so, and they're bringing out a false reality, so sometimes it's even a cry for help. So if you are in that state, go seek for help. It doesn't have to be me, it could be somebody else. But if you want to reach out to me, just follow me on my social media handles and then send me a DM, and we will help you with what we call the healing boot camp, where you can be brought back to your best self.
That's right. All right, of course, the healing boot camp is actually there. Follow her, and of course, send in those comments or questions, and then we'll definitely we'll get back at you. All right, Lara Kudaisi, I want to say thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
And of course, to all our viewers and those of you watching right now, I want to say thank you for watching. And of course, this is where the Black Table will end today. And please don't forget to follow us on our social media platform, as you can see on the screen. If there's any comment and if there's anything that you want to do on the show, if you want to sponsor the show, I want you to know this whole table, this whole place it's open for sponsorship. You can also call us. All right, we're definitely open. If there's any suggestion you think that want to make the show even better, we are definitely open to learning. All right. Once again, Lara, I want to say thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you, Teddy.
And yes, this is where the Black Table ends today. And of course, if you're just joining us now, you're like, who is that? My name is Teddy, and I'll definitely see you next time. So, goodbye.